Hello and welcome to my channel, and I'm sure most of you will have read that there's been a leaked dossier from the BBC and they have distorted what Donald Trump says. Now, what do people think about this? Do they think we should now is the time to stop paying our TV licence? It's absolutely outrageous. I've put a poll, I've put the link to it in the description below. Please vote and please comment what you think.
So as most of you will know, the BBC is funded by the taxpayer. And the licence is £174.50 a year. I mean, it's absolutely outrageous that we pay anything towards this shambolic organisation. But to be paying £174.50 when they're lying to us and causing trouble with our most important ally is absolutely disgusting. And apparently I've been reading a lot and it says that the Americans are basically laughing at us. They can't work out why we would pay a licence. And it's obvious. It's, so it's a stupidity. It's unbelievable. How they've got away with it for so many decades is beyond me. I mean, Netflix, Sky, all that, you have to pay a subscription if you want to watch it. The BBC, if you want to watch other programmes, you've got to pay their licence fee, which is absolutely disgusting. And if you don't pay it, you can go to prison. And they turn around and say, oh, well, no, you can't go to prison because you don't pay your licence fee. It's if it goes to court and then you're fined and you don't pay it. So basically, if you don't pay your licence fee, you go to prison, because you can't defend it and say, well, no, I'm not paying it because, one, why should I pay it? I don't watch BBC. Or, I'm not paying it because you're lying. Why would I pay for that when it's distorted and you've not told the truth? You will get done for it. So because we pay for the BBC, it has to be impartial. It's supposed to be truthful and act in the national interest. Instead, they're obviously telling blatant lies about the leader of England's most important ally. So they're actually putting us all at risk. And they've been found out about this because there was a leaked internal dossier. And they haven't even had the decency to apologise. So it distorted Trump's comments on the January the 6th of 2021. And the BBC loves to pose as a warrior against fake news. All told that, when you put a thing up and, oh, that's fake news. They love to say that, and it's obviously them that are putting out the fake news. But it now stands accused of pushing an entirely fake account of President Trump. And it concerns the day the Capitol building was stormed by angry people, and they were convinced that the election had been stolen. And the BBC showed footage of Trump telling people he would march with them to the Capitol and fight like hell. This never actually happened, and this is the true footage that's coming up now.
To the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
So this actually never happened. They doctored the footage, and how the hell they thought they'd get away with this is beyond me. But who is driving this, that they want to make up these false lies about Trump? And I've also read, it says on Yahoo News, it says, if you're wondering why Ofcom has not been more active in holding the BBC to account this week, it's because its rules state that it can only intervene once a member of the public has complained to the BBC. If that person is dissatisfied with the response they receive, they can appeal to Ofcom. So Ofcom remains very much in play, as do the futures of people at the top of the corporation. So we must complain. You must write to the BBC, and I'm going to do it and complain about this, because that is the only way Ofcom will investigate. Otherwise, they'll get away with it. I think it's more than that, and comment below whether you agree with me or not, because I think it should be investigated by the police, because I think it's a criminal offence. And it says making false news can be a criminal offence, especially if it's intended to cause harm or if it falls under existing laws such as those related to harassment, fraud, national security. Now, I think this is a national insecurity, because that Panorama goes out to millions and millions of people. And not only are they winding up, as I say, England's biggest ally, you go on about the voting structure and that. If I read that about Trump and I was American, I wouldn't vote for him if I believed that he was causing violence and what they've lied about him. So, and it goes on, it says false community offence under Section 179 of the Online Safety Act is an offence to send a message that you know to be false with the intention of causing non-trivial psychological or physical harm to a likely audience, and you have no reasonable excuse for sending it. And it's an offence under the Malicious Communications Act 1988. So they're just passing this off and just saying, oh, well, we take these things seriously. No, they don't take the things seriously. I would never have gone out. Lesser channels and YouTubers and people that don't have any money to, you know, check things. They don't put out false things like that. The BBC has our money to check that things that are going out are truthful. And so this has been, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, put out maliciously and needs to be checked by the police. So I've done a poll down below. Please vote yes or no. Do you believe that we should stop paying our TV licence? If you're brave enough and you don't pay it, please comment why you don't pay it and if you've stopped paying it. But I think we need to all stick together on this. And also please comment, do you think I'm right? Do you think it's a criminal offence, or do you think I'm totally in the wrong? Or are you happy to carry on paying your TV licence even though all this has come out? I've noted that Boris Johnson has said that he's stopping paying his, so should we all, you know, for once following Boris's footsteps and stop paying the TV licence? Anyway, and comment what you think below, and please vote on the poll, because there's the only way that we'll get this exposed and get it stopped is if we all stick together and put out videos like this and just try and get everybody on board. So thank you for watching, and bye.